$38 million, a lump sum due in 2026. This was the final, crushing weight of the Anthony Rendon contract, a weight the Angels desperately needed lifted. What absolutely nobody saw coming was the handshake that released it. Not a trade, not a cut, not a contentious arbitration battle, but a voluntary, almost silent decision by Rendon to push that entire fortune into the future, effectively buying his immediate, quiet retirement and simultaneously granting the Angels a massive, immediate financial reprieve.
The surprise here isn't that Rendon is done. The surprise is the unprecedented financial concession he made to ensure the cleanest possible break. Welcome to 615 Al Dia Baseball, where we don't just talk baseball, we dissect the contracts and the personalities that redefine the league.
Today, we break down the most bizarre, amicable split in modern history, the $38 million strategic gift that Anthony Rendon just handed back to the Angels, and what this quiet exit truly costs both the player and the club in terms of legacy and future flexibility. We have to approach this from three essential angles, starting with the immediate cold calculation of the front office. The Angels organization was staring down a fiscal cliff, $38 million, the approximate equivalent of 5 yen.
$9 billion was set to be paid out in one disastrous chunk in 2026, the final year of a contract where the player delivered a total cumulative WAR barely cresting 2 across 4 injury-riddled seasons. They were staring at dead money that was financially crippling. Now, thanks to this agreement, that terrifying lump sum is smoothed out, distributed evenly over the next 5 years, netting the Angels an immediate and crucial operational savings of over $30 million. They only have to account for about $7.6 million this year. League financial analyst Dr. Kenji Ishikawa put it bluntly, "This is a masterclass in payroll flexibility. The Angels turned a fiscal guillotine into a manageable 5-year annuity, instantly freeing up capital for mid-season moves or, crucially, for securing their remaining star talent. They gained financial latitude, a resource more valuable than any prospect right now, all because Rendon chose peace over confrontation." This is a massive organizational win, regardless of how we judge the player's performance. But the real complexity, the meat of this commentary, lies in the human element. The narrative across the internet, particularly on the Japanese baseball forums, is sharp and judgmental. Rendon is being called a divided payroll thief, benefiting from unearned income. They point out the sheer laziness, the lack of passion that culminated in him never wanting to play the final year, even after taking all that money. And yet, this perspective misses the profound inner turmoil that must have been driving Rendon. Imagine being paid monumental sums that are public knowledge, while constantly failing to deliver, constantly injured, becoming the physical manifestation of failure for an entire franchise. The pressure of that money, that spectacular inability to justify the price tag, can be psychologically devastating. He looks like a hero for making the concession, but you know deep down he just wanted the noise to stop, an anonymous former Angels staffer told us. The failure was crushing him. This deferral wasn't about generosity, it was about ensuring a clean, final cut, buying back his peace of mind, and controlling his own exit narrative.
This is where we introduce the sharp counterargument and escalate the conflict. Many would argue that Rendon was simply doing the bare minimum to avoid a public relations disaster, claiming that he still owes the Angels for the money already paid. But we must refute this logically. Rendon had zero obligation to agree to this deferral.
He could have forced the Angels to pay the full $38 million immediately upon his exit, or he could have dragged them through years of grievance procedures, fighting for every penny of the remaining guarantee. Think of the precedent he set for deferred contracts compared to the messy, bitter breakups we've seen elsewhere. By agreeing to this restructured payment schedule, he essentially forfeited massive immediate financial leverage. He gave the Angels immediate operational capital, that $7.5 million. $6 million reduction this year alone is enough to secure 2 elite bullpen arms or a solid veteran starter, instantly making the team better because he walked away cleanly. Rendon wasn't just settling, he was negotiating a truce that financially benefits the club right now. It is a strategic move, executed not from the playbook of an athlete, but from the playbook of a savvy businessman seeking stability. The climax of this story lies in the subtle plot twist surrounding the deferral. Why 5 years? Why now? The $38 million payout was contingent on the financial stability of the Angels organization over the long term. By deferring the money and spreading the risk over 5 years, Rendon is actually ensuring a safer stream of payments for himself, reducing the catastrophic risk associated with one massive lump sum payment in 2026, especially if the team's ownership structure or overall fiscal health were to dramatically change. He transformed a high-risk, high-reward single payment into a low-risk, secure annuity. This wasn't altruism. This was calculated self-preservation, cloaked in the veneer of a charitable concession. He gets the payments guaranteed, the Angels get their immediate payroll relief, and Rendon gets the retirement he clearly wanted long ago, free from the daily grind and the weight of expectations he could never meet. The legacy of Anthony Rendon is therefore defined not by his $245 million contract, nor by his abysmal injury record, but by this final, silent act of mutual financial convenience. He was supposed to be the anchor, the cornerstone, but instead he became the ultimate exit strategy, providing the very freedom he himself sought. So what does this Rendon blueprint, this amicable, deferred buyout that results in immediate player retirement, mean for the future of struggling mega contracts in MLB? Will this become the standard escape clause for organizations desperate to clean their ledger sheets? Does this deal set a dangerous precedent, suggesting that poor performance can ultimately be rewarded with a quiet life if the player is willing to smooth out the team's balance sheet? The financial relief is undeniable. The exit is definitive, but the long-term impact on player accountability is still an open question. Like, share, and subscribe to 615 Aldea Baseball, and let us know in the comments below. Was Rendon truly forgiving the Angels of a massive financial burden, or was this the ultimate strategic maneuver to protect his own peace of mind and secure his payments safely into the next decade?